All right. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. I am super excited to connect with you guys. Hey, Amber. I am recording this Zoom tonight. But please, just take a second, make sure that your teams are aware and to hop on. So, what I want to talk about tonight is the fact that we're like we've got about a week and a half or so left of August. Like, I'm sorry. Can you guys wrap your head around this? Because I am like, I swear we were just talking about it being June. And now we're like closing in August. So here we are. But tonight I really wanted to talk about the fact that we still have like a week and a half left of this month. And I want to talk about the busy of August, the busy of the end of seasons. Okay. And so it's all about like, I don't want you guys counting yourself out. All right. I think a lot of times, especially end of month, or if there's any kind of like specific thing that we may be running for, and if it's a qualifying month or maybe the last qualifying month, we really start to like look at numbers. We start to get in our head, right? We count ourselves out. Y'all, like we don't just have 24 hours left. Like we have a week and a half left. Okay. And I want to talk about the busy. All right. I want to talk about working through the busy in these busy seasons. So this month is a busy season month. Okay. And I want you guys to really think about that. Like we are literally like closing in at the end of summer, which is so sad. And I'm still kind of like, dude, it just showed up. Like everybody needs to slow down. Like our summer just arrived, especially if you live here in any kind of like New Hampshire, New England area. Um, but our summer just arrived. So like I'm not ready for it to go, but I want you to think about like what happens in the month of August, Everybody is trying to cram in those last minute summer activities, their last minute trips, their last minute going to the beach or the lake or, barbecues, whatever the case may be, right? The last like quick trips to the water park with the kids, or the amusement park or, the camping trips, whatever the case may be. I want you guys to remember that that's what's happening right now. Okay. And on top of that, if people's kids, because I have a ton of friends from all over, I mean, I know here in New England, or at least in New Hampshire, our kids do not go back until, after Labor Day. But some people, like I have friends in Florida and their kids are already going back. Like they already started this week, which is like crazy to me. But, that is happening. So people right now, like I want you to remember, people are busy and people are like kind of not stressing, but they're kind of like realizing all the like where they spent their money this summer, and they're like getting into the oh my gosh, like back to school supplies. Like I don't know about you guys, but my kids just back to school supplies this year, never mind clothes, it was almost $100 for two kids for their supply lists. Like I'm sorry, when did this get so expensive? Okay. But like, I want you guys to think about that. Like, that's where people's heads are at right now. They're at that. We are just really busy. We've got a lot of things going on. We've got to enjoy the last bit of our summer that we have. We've got to get these kids back to school. We've got to buy things that weren't necessarily in our budget, right? And so people may be turning off auto ships, people that have told you, yeah, you know what, like they were interested in your journey and in the system, and they reached out to you maybe a month or two ago, and maybe they ghosted you this month. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You know, we just need to keep showing up and showing that like we feel great. How simple the simplicity of this system, right? Our wins, no matter big or small, right? Our messy middle. Like, I want you guys to work through the busy. Okay. The rest of this month, that's what I want you to think about. Okay. Work through the busy. We're all busy right now. I get it. Even I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have school shopping to do. Oh my gosh, I'm having like the mom guilt that I didn't do enough with the kids over summer vacation. They're like, what can I try to jam in the next week and a half? Like, so I get it. But working through the busy, you know, a lot of us are still working. Like we're not doing Lavelle full time, right? You may be working a full-time job and you're still building a business as well, right? Well, we already know that like our comp plan pays you regardless of when you got into this business. Okay. You could be making more money than the person that enrolled you. All right. And that's what's incredible about our comp plan and what a lot of people don't know about it. All right. So we have an opportunity to share with people to help with school supplies, right? I mean, a VIP period in your first 14 days, people could literally put that money in their bank account, you know, before their kids even start school, right? Like there are options here for people's situations. But when I talk about working through the busy, like maybe you're really busy right now. Maybe you've kind of been not giving your business the attention like that you were a couple months ago, or the attention that you know you want to give it, but gosh, you've been like pulled 500 different directions, right? Like that's okay, but I want you to remember how easy it is to work through the busy, okay? What does that mean? That means the nooks and crannies of your day. That means when, you know, you go on break, maybe at work, and somebody shoots you a message, you respond to them, right? You get them to set up their free account. You know, you do not have to have these elaborate posts, right? Like you're still showing up by sharing your steps in your stories. Show up in your stories. Be busy in your stories. Being busy in your story is super simple. Okay. You know, you wake up in the morning, bam, capsules in hand, picture done, post it. You don't need to put this elaborate thing in the story, this description. You're just, there it is. There's her capsules again in her hand, right? Making your shake. Maybe you go, maybe that's your time to like get your voice heard when you're making your shake in the morning. Put up your phone. It doesn't have to be picture perfect background. It doesn't have to be everybody needs to be quiet so, you know, mommy can make this post real quick, right? Or say these things. No, people need to know that you're real. People need to know that you're busy and you're still building a business, or you're busy and you're still on this system that's making you feel really freaking good, right? You're on this system that's so simple that you're like, people see you're busy and you're still rocking your goals, right? And that when you show people the busy and that you're able to do this in the busy, you're teaching them that they can too. Okay. Versus everything like, I don't have time to make my pictures picture perfect. I don't have time to, you know, my house always be clean before I post something, or, you know, go live or do a video, right? No, people need to know that you're real. People need to know that like they can build this in the nooks and crannies of their day, or they can take this system and still be a busy mom or dad and still get results, right? Like they don't have to be meal prepping. I mean, these are like the things that we talk about all the time. This is what we pride our system on, right? Who's drinking their water today? You know, but those things, right? Like posting in your story, like make, you know, water break reminder, who's drinking their water today? Like, you know, post a quick thing about that. Like, again, it doesn't always have to be perfect. You just need to be real, right? Real is relatable. Perfect is not. Like, we all get, you know, post the really fun photos, especially when we're like done up and we're dolled up or like whatever. I mean, I do it. I do it all the time. But also I post like this, you know, I'm in my stories like this. So, you know, post your messy middle, post you're just being you, being authentic and being real, because that's what people are going to relate to. Okay. Fun story. So a lot of you guys know I've actually been here for 8.5 years, and I have somebody who I met, had made the connection through my husband. And so this person has watched my journey, okay, known I've been on this, in this company, on these products, et cetera, for 8.5 years. And I'm pretty sure my husband actually reminded me today. He was like, didn't she kind of Karen the product, like Karen, like what we were, like what you were doing, you know, whatever. And I was like, oh, maybe. And over the weekend, the same person showed up in my inbox and was like, hey, I am really unhappy with myself right now. I've gained weight. I just need something, like I need to put me first, and I need something that's going to make me feel like me again. That's going to make me feel good, that I'm going to be able to keep up with my thing that I do. You know, their job that she does is very, very active. And she's like, I literally like can't even get out of my own way. Never mind. I definitely need to lose some weight. Okay. And she got ordered today. Like, this is somebody who literally has watched my journey, watched me show up for 8.5 years, and also was kind of a hater at one point. And now the same person, bam, in my inbox, and we got on the phone and I answered just a couple questions and she ordered today. So it is never no forever. It is no, not right now. If somebody ghosts you, that's not on you, that is on them. Timing is everything. I can't stress that enough. But make sure, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me right now, my follow-up is a pad of paper. I'm writing everybody's name down. I write down exactly like what they're interested in. I write down the date that I talked to them and what they said. Are they going to order on Friday? Are they going to order? Do they order today? If they ordered today, I write ordered place with a date. Like, I need to do that because for me, that's how I work best. That's how I keep track of things. And so I know that if I keep this, I'm never going to forget about Katie who ordered last week because it's right here on my list. But if I don't write it down and I don't have that like reference back, my follow-up list going on, then you know what? In a week or two, I forget about Katie because I have so many other people in my inbox that Katie gets buried. And it's not that I don't care, because I care deeply. Like, I want everybody's experience to be the best, but when I don't have it, it's one of those like out of sight, out of mind. And if Katie's not keeping up with me, right, then I just like I just space it. And that like is a lack and a dropping in my business, right? And so I highly, highly, highly suggest if you don't already have a great like system that you're doing for follow-up, like really focus on that like for the next week and a half. Like we need to set ourselves up for September 1st, like to kick the ground running. Kick it. Did you hear that? Kick it. We're just gonna kick the ground. We're gonna like hit the ground running. Okay. September, you guys, people are going to be going back to school. People are getting back into an actual routine. Okay. People are going to be ready to go. Okay. I lived La Vida Loca all freaking summer. I was living my best life. And now I'm ready to get back on track. I've been watching you. You're so positive. You're so inspiring. You're so consistent. What's this thing you're doing? Right. That's where you want to be. You want to be the person that when these people, once their kids get back to school over the next couple of weeks, they're ready to like put themselves first again. They're ready to get back into a routine. They're ready to invest in themselves, right? And feel better and like maybe drop a little bit of that summer fun that they've been having, that they're who they are thinking of. Okay. So again, working through the busy is very easy. Okay. It's just showing up. It doesn't always have to be this elaborate post. It doesn't always have to be multiple paragraphs long. It doesn't have to be the perfect photo, but I'm telling you, consistency is key. Okay. Consistency is key in your algorithm on your social medias. Consistency is key in being like always people remember, like not going, oh, wait, I haven't seen that girl in a while. I wonder which. No, because every day you're still showing up in somewhere in their social media, right? That could also be just like, did you see a really inspirational quote today? Type it out on your page, right? Post something inspiring, post something that's going to motivate people. If you've got a really like if you're like you have the time and you take a cute selfie, post your selfie, right? It's really just staying consistent, staying up front in people's like the front of their mind. Okay. Let's talk about third-party validation. So I think this is something that we don't utilize enough. It is something that we have absolutely in the past. I feel like we've kind of just got off track about it, but I really think that it's something we need to start ramping up again. So especially, honestly, it doesn't matter, especially for everybody. So third-party validation is something that like is huge. It's literally what this was built on 8 years ago. Okay. Third-party validation was, I saw somebody's post that inspired me, that got my wheels spinning. And then she got me on a phone call with her friend who was also her upline. And she explained to me about the opportunity. And I was like, well, dang, if this girl can do it and this girl can do it that I don't even know, but she just told me her story and her story sounds just like mine. Like she's a mom just like me and she was really tired just like me. And now she just earned a car. Like, wait a minute, I think I could do that too. Right. And so third party validation is, connecting your people, your prospects, your new promoters, your new business partners, get them connected with your upline, get them connected with somebody else on your team. Like if you have somebody that you're like, I know this is going to change their life, I know that they need this, and your upline, that your upline story is their story and they just need to hear it, get them connected. If their story is maybe one of your promoters, get them connected and be like, hey, hey Jill, do you have like 5 minutes to just share your story? Or do you mind if I add you in a quick Facebook chat with my friend Katie? Because Katie literally is you before you started Thrive. And I really think she just needs to hear your story. Can you help me out? Like, that's third party validation. We really need to get back to that. If you can get somebody on the phone, even better, because when somebody can hear the passion in your voice, they can hear like what this has done for you. It is freaking gold. Okay. But I really think like that's what we need to start doing too, is just that validation piece. That third party validation is huge. Do not be afraid of it. Again, you have somebody interested in the products, like set up a three-way chat message, and with whoever your upline saying, hey, my friend Melissa is really interested in these products. Can you just share a little bit of her story? Or you know what? She had a couple of questions. Can you help answer these questions for her? I really wanted her to hear your story. And so again, that's our third party validation, and it is huge. It's key. And I'm telling you, you will take that person who's kind of on the fence. They've been watching you. They're definitely interested, but there's something that's still like they need that validation for them to go, oh my gosh, like that's me, when they hear that person's story. And then they say to themselves, if this could help them, what if it could help me too? Right. And that is what you want. That's what you're looking for. So, that third party validation is something huge. Like, let's get, really ramping that back up. If you have questions about it, let me know. But that is a huge part of your business. Also, welcome calls. I think welcome calls are extremely important. We need to start ramping up our welcome calls again. So when you're bringing on a new business partner, right? When your business partner enrolls, we need to start getting on some welcome calls again. What is a welcome call? A welcome call is connecting them with your upline. Okay. So if you, let's say, I'm going to use Erica as an example. Erica enrolls a new business partner. Erica, sets up a chat like she's done with all of her queens. And then Erica's going to set up a chat and she's going to, with myself. So, her people have, that extra support, especially when Erica may not be available. But she's also going to set up a 10-minute phone call for me to just connect with her person and validate Erica, validate what we have as an opportunity, validate the belief checks in the first 14 days and what is available for them, right? And I'm going to let them also borrow my belief in them, right? But my belief in these products until they have it in their own hands. So again, this is just another piece to the puzzle that helps us that helps build momentum quickly, that just welcomes people in our community. And, again, that validation piece. So let me see. Tomorrow night, FYI, is that corporate call with Jason Camper and Paul Gravett. My heart is so beyond full. I know a lot of you actually really don't even know who Paul Gravett is. But Paul was Jason's partner and co-founder and CEO in this company. I believe he's actually stepped back from the CEO position, but he's still a co-founder in this business. And so to see him speaking on this call tonight with Jason and them talking about like really exciting news and like something's coming down the pipeline, I'm super fired up and I hope that you guys are too. Please make sure that you set your alarms, get on that corporate line early. dial in, mute your phone, put your phone down, just get on the phone. You do not want to miss this call tomorrow night. Okay. Again, lifestyle getaway. It is the last qualifying month for Las Vegas. Do not count yourself out. We still have one more auto ship day. Auto ships are any auto ships that run on the 25th of this month that are $100 or more. And it is not new. It can be anyone on your team, customers or promoters who have an auto ship that runs on the 25th. Okay. That qualifies for the trip. I also got word, I believe the waiting list, I believe that they have opened up more rooms. I've been hearing people are getting, like getting through the waiting list. They're being, saying, hey, we've opened more rooms. You're all set. Let's get you registered. So LaBelle always goes above and beyond to make sure everybody that has qualified can make it. So that is definitely something as well. So that being said, I just want to remind you guys, no matter what your numbers look like right now, whether they're like you're rocking the month or you feel like, wow, like I'm kind of behind. Maybe again, you've kind of not worked your business as much as you should be this month, just because again, you got stuck in the summer busy. I want to remind you that it's okay. And we still have a week and a half left of this month. Okay. So show up in your stories, work through the busy, show people that you can build in a busy and still change lives, still have options for your family, still have an opportunity to share these products, help others, and put school money in your pocket for those school supplies for your kids. Okay. And, I want you guys to just remember that you have such a gift in your hand. You really, really do. And you're inspiring people every single day, whether you realize it or not. Okay. Your consistency, your positive words that you share, your posts that you post. I see you, queens. Okay. Like you are inspiring people, including me. Okay. So whether you think you are or not, whether you think you're not reaching enough people or not, whether you are, and you are being seen and you are being heard, even when you don't think that you are. And I guarantee you, I'm confident in saying that the next couple of months, you're going to start to see people come out of the woodwork that you're like, oh my gosh, this person ghosted me the last 3 months. Oh my gosh, this person has never commented on my stuff. I had no idea they were even interested. And that is going to be because of your consistency. That is going to be because you continue to show up. Right? You continue to share, you continue to inspire, you share your journey authentically, right? And you just lead with your heart. And I want you to remember that when you lead with your heart, everything falls into place. Okay. So I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. I am actually gonna, I won't end the recording. I want to open it up. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk about or share? Questions before we end tonight's Zoom? How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
I was just gonna say that I haven't really been working my business, but what you just said kind of inspired me to keep going.
Good. I'm proud of you. And like I said,
So,
it's summer. Like it happens. It really does. It's so easy to get caught up in like the summer, like the hustle and bustle, like you're going. I feel like honestly, me personally, my personal life right now, I'm like, oh my gosh, like we are like, I feel like we are like beyond busy right now. Okay. Like where people, we have like friends being like, let's make dinner plans. And I'm like, let me look at our calendar. Like, I'm sorry, who are we? Like, let me look at my calendar. Like, but no, it's because we also have our summer things that we do as a family, right? Like y'all know, like we go to our camp, right? We're on the boat. And that like is like that to us is top priority on our list, right? Because we only have so much time to do it. And so that for us is like, okay, well, now we're finding the nooks and crannies of other things. And like I said, like that busy can sneak up on you and you're just like, well, dang, like, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. And you realize I haven't posted. Like I went through that. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted in like 3 days. Who am I? Like, what's wrong? And I was overthinking it too. Like I
Yeah.
needed to snap out of that, So it's really just show up on your story. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like, I think we overthink even our stories so much. Like we have to show up because you probably see somebody else somewhere, whether it within our organization, like industry of our company or a different company. But some people, I don't know where they get all this time. I'm going to be completely honest right now. Like some of these girls, I'm like, where do you find the time? Like, do you hire somebody? Because like, I feel like it would take me days to do some of these things that some people do, of like, what they post or like there's pictures or like, did you bring that to a photographer? Like, I'm so confused. Like,
Right.
how are you so perfect? Right. But I also don't necessarily relate to that because I feel like that's a lot of work. So if I feel like that's a lot of work, if I'm portraying myself like that, are people going to look at it and go, whoo, girl, what you do is a lot of work. And I'm sorry, I could never do it. Like, no, I want people to be like, do you see me like living my life? Okay. Like, and the messy middle, like I'm not all dolled up all the time. I'm not all posting, like crazy. Like I'm not spamming people. I'm not cold messaging anybody, but I'm still building a business, right? I'm still sharing. I still show up, right? I still post my things on my story, and you just show up to inspire. Every morning I want you to wake up and I want you to make your bed. Okay. I want you to make your bed. I want you to say some kind of positive affirmation to yourself. Okay. I don't care what it is, whether it's I am beautiful, I am strong, I am dedicated, I am consistent, right? I am unstoppable. Like whatever is on your heart that day that you're going to be positive to say to yourself, like you need to say it. Okay. And then I also want you to go, what am I going to do? Like whatever I do today, like I am leading to inspire, right? I'm leading to just make somebody smile when they didn't think anybody cared. Okay. I'm leading to show somebody that there's a better way. I'm leading to show somebody that there are options out there and you don't have to feel alone. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to feel like, this is it. Like, this is me now, like that feeling, right? And that's what we're here to do. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
Crystal,
you for showing up and being here. Yes, Erica.
I think you're pretty perfect.
Oh, stop.
Um,
I think
so I have been working my business as much as I am capable, and I have been showing up, and I have been trying to encourage my team as well to do so. And I am doing a short introductory Zoom before the call tomorrow with my team just to get everybody on, with the face and then just set up a time to maybe just encourage them to make sure that they have their 2 customers that they're thriving for free, and then to build that thing about their customers referring to customers. So I think that's a good jumping off point. And yeah, I think what was happening with me, and I think other people might feel this too. I love this post, like this talk, because I always was like, oh, I gotta come up with something like off the cuff with, that's relatable, right? And so I get really wordy with my stuff. I'm like, all right, well, way back when we did this and this and this, and then chapter 3 and chapter 4, and people don't want to read all that shit. And sometimes they do, but most of the times they don't, and they're just scrolling. And when they're scrolling, if you have something that catches their eye, that's just short and to the point, that makes them be like, whoa, yeah. Like that thing where people say, like, read that again, right? You want to do something. This is what I'm understanding. You want to do something that makes them read that again. Like today, I did a post and I said, you can leave them to water, but you can't make them drink. Like that makes people be like, what is she talking about? Like just trying to, like, I'm going to put it out there and be like, listen, I'm going to inspire. I'm going to kind of find that niche of people that want to follow me each day and just be authentic. And I'm gonna definitely do the live Zoom tomorrow night, and I'm gonna start doing some live videos and some reels, because that's what I need to learn, and that's where I need to grow. So
I love that so much. I love that. And you just made me think of something that was actually had come up earlier in regards to, you know, not that anybody necessarily is going through anything like this now, but I feel like why not mention it now? Because it is something like I kind of had even mentioned it when I said that girl ordered today who was kind of a hater, a few years ago where she wasn't supportive. She wasn't hello.
Hi.
My
She,
handsome
she
son.
wasn't supportive. And she was really negative and she wasn't very nice, right, on social media about like what we do and stuff. And now she's like in my inbox being like, girl, I need to do this. But I want you to remember that not everybody is going to get it. Okay. Not everybody's going to understand. It's timing is everything. People always have their own thing going on, right? And I want you to remember that if somebody does say something to you ever on I literally I had a crazy the other day on one of my posts, like that's for another Zoom, but I had a crazy on my posts and, I had to end up deleting the comment. And, you've got to remember that hurt people hurt people. Okay. It's not about you. It's about them. I need you to remember that, other people's opinions don't matter. Okay. And I need you to know that, like we just talked about, when you show up every day, you're showing up to inspire. So it doesn't matter if one person has something to say about your system or your vitamins or your sticker or, there's other ways to lose weight, or whatever the case may be that somebody wants to, spread their happiness that day. I want you to remember that, you know what? You're right, because everybody's journey is different. And what works for me may not work for you. And that's totally fine. But I'm going to still show up and inspire because I know that somebody needs me. Just like I needed that person that kept showing up and I trusted, right? So I want you guys to remember that if and when the day comes that somebody tries to kind of like, poo-poo on your party. Okay. I want you to remember that like it doesn't matter. Like who freaking cares what that person has to say? Don't let them ever steal this from you. Ever, ever, ever. Because you are literally helping so many people. And that person, just like today, could end up back in your inbox down the road going, I think I need what you have. After they were like one of your bigger savers before. So I want you to remember that. Okay.
The naysayers will eat their words.
100%. 100%. I keep saying they either they come back if they've left or they come back after they turned you down. And normally it's they turned you down like in a harsh way. Like, that they would never. And then all of a sudden they're in your inbox going, I think I need it. So, keep showing up and keep inspiring. And Erica, I'm just so freaking proud of you. Thank you for your leadership and everything that you do within our organization and the light that you continue to bring. And I'm just like, your team is so lucky to have you. And so thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, guys. Is there anything else that anybody has that they had a question on or they wanted to bring up or mention or say before we end our Zoom this week? Anybody? All right. All right, guys. Well, I love you all. Did you want to say something, honey, or was that just a heart? I don't know. I've never seen that on Zoom. Okay. All right. So, all right, guys, I love you all. Make this week amazing. Show up to inspire, work through your busy, be in your stories. And we have a week and a half left. Okay. To really what we do now is going to lead you into September, like out the gate running. So remember that. So, all right, guys, I love you so much. Have an incredible week. Make sure you're on the corporate call tomorrow night. And if you need me, let me know. Bye.